The lights fall slowly over the Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall, leaving the ring glowing like a stage crafted for destiny. The roar of the crowd begins as a low rumble, swelling into something alive and breathing. A reminder that tonight isn't just another fight, it's the final chapter of a 2-year gauntlet, the Super 6 World Boxing Classic. Fans from Oakland to Nottingham have traveled across oceans for this moment. Blue and gold flags ripple alongside red and white banners as two nations wait for their champions. From one corner, the announcer calls the name of the undefeated American, the U.S. Olympic gold medalist, the WBA super-middleweight champion of the world, Andre S.O.G. Ward. He walks slowly, calm, shoulders loose, eyes focused, as if the arena noise is a distant echo. Ward carries the weight of discipline, a childhood raised around faith, sacrifice, and the pursuit of mastery. Across from him stands a fighter of entirely different energy, Carl, the Cobra Froch, the 2-time WBC champion, all sharp stare and cold determination, jaw clenched as he marches to the ring with the pride of Britain at his back. Froch enters with a fighter's arrogance, a man who believes in pressure, toughness, and the belief that no one outworks him when the bell rings. Ward carries precision. Froch carries menace. The referee brings them in, gives the final instructions, and both fighters touch gloves with a tension thick enough to cut. The crowd chants impatiently. Ward breathes in slowly. Froch shifts on his feet. And just before the first bell, someone from ringside shouts what everyone is thinking. "Come on, man, ring the bell." When the sound finally cracks through the arena, the Super 6 final officially begins, a collision between styles, pride, and the question of who truly belongs atop the super middleweight world. The opening round unfolds with the quiet intensity of two men trying to solve each other like puzzles. Ward steps out light on his feet, flicking the jab with an ease that feels almost effortless. Froch, taller and longer, tries to match him. But the American fires quick, accurate shots that snap off Froch's face before the Englishman can reset. The commentators note it immediately. Ward's jab is not just a punch. It's a tool, a compass, a measurement of distance and rhythm. Froch tries to pressure, cutting off the ring under the guidance of trainer Robert McCracken. But Ward's timing is immaculate. He dips, rolls, and fires a left hook that catches Froch clean, drawing early redness across the bridge of the Cobra's nose. In these early moments, Ward displays a level of patience that feels almost unnerving. He refuses to rush, refuses to be baited, instead working from mid-range, stepping inside only long enough to land a sharp hook before sliding back out. Froch swings wider, more aggressively, determined to rough Ward up. He digs an uppercut inside, one of his trademark weapons, but Ward answers instantly with a crisp combination that halts Froch's momentum. The pace of the fight is deceptively fast. Small exchanges, constant adjustments, constant touches. Ward's left hook becomes a quiet assassin, compact, tight, delivered with perfect mechanics, the opposite of Froch's looping style. Though Froch tries to assert physicality, Ward's inside game surprises the British champion, slipping shots in the trenches, ripping clean hooks at close range. Between rounds, Ward's corner remains calm, strategic, reminding him to relax, breathe, and continue exposing Froch's slow jab. The crowd can already sense the shaping of the narrative. Ward is dissecting the Cobra with scalpel-like precision, while Froch is still searching for the rhythm he expected to control. By the middle rounds, the fight begins to simmer with tension. This is where the Super 6 final transforms from a tactical contest into a psychological battle. Froch pushes harder, trying to force Ward into exchanges that favor raw toughness. But Ward adapts with almost supernatural speed. He sits in the pocket, his forehead near Froch's chest, slipping punches by inches and firing left hooks with mechanical consistency. Each one lands cleaner than the last. Froch tries to answer. A right hand here, a body shot there. But his accuracy lags behind, his timing one step too slow. The commentators begin to marvel. Ward isn't just outboxing Carl Froch, he's outsmarting him in every category. When Froch opens up, Ward closes the distance. When Froch tries to rush in, Ward pivots out, counters, and resets the tempo. A powerful right hand from Froch briefly energizes the crowd, but Ward shakes it off, firing a double left hook that draws gasps and sends the message that this ring belongs to him. The scorecards begin to widen. Even the unofficial analysts note Froch far behind in rounds. Still, Froch refuses to break. He remains mean, determined, pressing forward with swelling under his eye, but the stubbornness of a man unwilling to accept defeat. Ward, however, remains composed. He lands lead left hooks, uppercuts, body shots, each punch designed not just to score, but to drain Froch's spirit. By the 7th and 8th rounds, Ward's mastery becomes undeniable. He shows flashes of brilliance, evading punches with head movement that borders on artistry. Froch swings, misses, and walks into crisp counters that snap his head back. The British fans grow restless. The American fans roar with confidence. And yet, even as the momentum shifts fully toward Ward, Froch's heart refuses to shrink. He continues marching forward into a storm of precise punches, determined to make this a fight, even as Ward's brilliance begins to overshadow every attempt he makes. As the championship rounds approach, Froch understands the truth. He needs more than pressure, more than toughness. He needs a miracle. The unofficial scorecards show Ward comfortably ahead, having controlled the fight with speed, timing, accuracy, and intelligence. But Froch is a fighter built for the late rounds, a man who has scored stoppages in the 11th before, and he charges forward with everything he has left. The exchanges now become heavier, louder, more desperate. Froch lands a few strong right hands that finally push Ward backward, drawing a hum of hope from the British supporters. But Ward answers with composure, slipping shots, landing crisp counters, and tagging Froch with yet another compact left hook. Froch digs to the body, tries to maul on the inside, but Ward's discipline remains unshaken. Even under pressure, he moves his head, rolls shots off his shoulders, makes Froch miss by miles. The commentators point out the numbers. Ward has landed nearly 50% of his power shots, an extraordinary figure against a world champion known for durability. Ward begins mixing strategy, sometimes staying close like he did against Alan Green, sometimes stepping back and firing sharp jabs that snap Froch's head upward. Froch swings wider, lunging with urgency, but Ward steps around him, turning him, showing angles he hasn't shown all night. Froch fights with heart, throwing everything he has, looping right hands, body hooks, uppercuts, but Ward's defense remains nearly impenetrable. When the bell rings to open the 12th and final round, Froch storms out like a man willing to leave his soul in the ring. Ward meets him with precision, discipline, and the quiet confidence of a fighter who knows he has already crafted a masterpiece. The arena stands, roaring, sensing the end of something historic. The 12th round begins with urgency, pushing through Froch's veins. He charges forward, throwing heavy leather, trying desperately to change the ending of the story that has unfolded across the last 11 rounds. Ward stays calm, evasive, landing the same weapon that has defined this fight, the left hook. Froch eats one, then another, but keeps coming. The crowd rises to their feet, knowing both men are digging into the deepest parts of themselves. Froch fights with the fury of a man carrying a nation on his shoulders, firing right hands that he hopes can shift momentum at the very last moment. But Ward answers each surge with precision. He lands crisp jabs, He pivots away, he ties up when necessary, and he refuses to take unnecessary risks. In the final minute, Froch pours everything into a final assault, swinging wildly, hoping to catch Ward off balance. Ward stops, plants his feet, and fires a stunning combination. A jab, a left hook, a right hand. Each strike landing clean. Each moment reminding the world that this performance is not luck, not accident, but the product of mastery. Froch staggers slightly but refuses to back down. The final seconds tick away. Both fighters are exhausted, bruised, but unbroken. When the bell sounds for the last time, Ward raises his hands, not in boastfulness, but in relief and triumph. Froch nods, acknowledging the brilliance he faced. The crowd explodes into applause. In the center of the ring, the referee gathers both men. The announcer steps forward. After 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. The arena holds its breath. All three judges score the contest in favor of the winner, Andre "SOG" Ward. The roar is deafening. Ward becomes the WBA, WBC, and Super 6 World Boxing Classic champion. Froch walks back with pride, beaten but never broken. And in that moment, boxing witnesses not just a victory, but the crowning of a master craftsman, a fighter whose intelligence, discipline, and heart etched a new chapter into the sport's history.